Hello and welcome everybody. I am the Maester of Minas Tirith. This is the first part of the lore of the Vale series. In this first part we will discuss the geography and economy of the Vale. We will discuss what makes the geography of the Vale distinct and how this affects the economy. But we will first start off with some general information about the Vale and what makes it distinct from the other kingdoms in Westeros. The Vale, or currently the Vale of Arryn, is the kingdom located in the east of Westeros. The Vale is ruled by the Arryn family, which is said to be one of the noble families with the purest Andal blood. The Arryn family is a relatively old major family in Westeros. They came into power after the Andal invasion, which we will talk about in part 3. The Arryns rule from the almost impregnable castle of the Eyrie. Their sigil is that of a falcon. The ruler of the Vale isn't only the Lord of the Vale but also Warden of the East, meaning that the Lord of the Vale is also responsible for protecting the eastern border of Westeros. This is why the Vale also has a navy, although during the current books there has not been a mention of an Arryn navy. The Arryns can also allegedly field around 40,000 men. The main religion in the Vale is the faith of the Seven, although some houses, like Royce and the Mountain Clans, still worship the old gods. We will now talk about the geography of the Vale. The Vale is really distinct from the rest of Westeros. This might be attributed to the fact that it's geographically isolated. This isolation also means that the Vale is very well protected militarily. They mostly have to fear threats from the sea. It is located on a peninsula and separated by the Mountains of the Moon from the Riverlands. Behind these mountains is the Vale, which gives the kingdom its name. The mountain clans of the Vale reside in these mountains. The Vale can only be accessed over land through the High Road. The High Road has to go through the Bloody Gate, making it almost impossible for the kingdom to be invaded this way. The Knight of the Gate is a title given to the commander of this gate. Many armies failed to conquer the Vale through this route. The Vale is located on a peninsula. It is bordered on 3 sides by the sea. In the north, the Vale is bordered by the Bight. This is where the islands called the Three Sisters are located. These islands belong to the Kingdom of the Vale now, although they were fought over with the Starks of the North. A pirate kingdom used to reside here that often raided the north. Their alliance to the Arryns is not that strong, however. The northeastern part of the Vale consists of the Fingers. These are small and narrow peninsulas that each reach into the narrow sea. The small islands of the Paps and Pebble are located off its coast. The Fingers are a rough and rocky place with hard winds and a lot of rain. The eastern border of the Vale is the narrow sea. In between the Mountains of the Moon and the narrow sea is the actual Vale that gives the kingdom its name. This is where most of the important houses and castles are located. One of the smaller peninsulas in the east, the biggest city of the Vale is located. Gulltown is the largest city in the Vale and the 4th largest city in Westeros after King's Landing, Old Town and Lannisport. Gulltown is located in a natural harbour and is the real gate to the Vale. Gulltown trades with nearby ports of White Harbour, Braavos and King's Landing. In the south, the Vale is bordered by the Bay of Crabs. This is the bay that separates the Vale from the Crownlands. The Trident flows into the narrow sea through this bay. Now we will discuss the economy of the Vale. The Vale is surprisingly fertile. In the Game of Thrones, Catelyn tells us that wheat, corn and barley are grown in the Vale, showing that it is fertile. Even the pumpkins that are grown there are bigger than those in Highgarden, Catelyn mentions. The Reach provides most food for Westeros, but the Vale seems to be very fertile as well. As mentioned before, the city of Gulltown is very important to the Vale. The port of Gulltown connects the Vale to the rest of the world, especially the proximity to both Braavos and King's Landing makes it strategically a well-located port. Especially during the winter when the Vale is not accessible by the high road, making Gulltown provide for the Vale in the winter. To conclude, the Vale is very isolated as a kingdom. This means that the Vale is very well protected. It is ruled by House Arryn since the Andal invasion. The Lord of the Vale also has the title Warden of the East. The Vale is ruled from the castle called the Eyrie. The Arryns have a falcon for their sigil. The Vale can be divided into 4 regions: the Mountains of the Moon, where the mountain clans live, the Three Sisters, the Fingers, and the Vale itself, which gives the kingdom its name. One of the major advantages of its geography is that the Vale is well protected and that the lands in the Vale are very fertile. This has the disadvantage of isolation, but through the major port of Gulltown, the Vale is connected to the rest of Westeros and the known world, being an important hub for the Vale's economy. Thank you all for watching this first part of the Lore of the Vale series. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please like. Subscribe if you want to be kept up to date for similar content. In the next part we will deal with the different houses of the Vale, their seats, sigils and words. We will also discuss how powerful they are. So see you next time.